life.
All right. Professor, I'm just being told online there's a lot of conversation, and I think this goes back to the debate that was ignited by David D's proposal in terms of a Jobs Lifeline Fund and others talking about quantitative easing. First, very briefly, if you would, give us the differentiation between the government printing more money and this sort of notion that if more money is printed, it can sort of be, sent as M-Pesa to all of us, and quantitative easing, and whether it is something that you would recommend at this time.
There is one thing that we should always be careful of. You would rather introduce a solution that is not going to give you a negative consequence, which will be difficult to fight. If you print more money, you are going to introduce inflation at a time of scarcity. It means that you can have a spiraling inflation. To contain that, it is going to be more expensive to the same target group that you are saving than anything else. So I would not go that route of printing money. I would go to the route of quantitative easing, because in a sense, we are looking at things here. Monetary policy must support fiscal policy, and likewise, fiscal policy must support monetary policy. How do we do this? I started by showing you the negative consequences of interest rate capping, because it maimed monetary policy. For the period, monetary policy has been banned, but the heroes of interest rate capping should know that they have actually condemned the economy so badly. So then we are left with a fiscal solution. The fiscal solution is the one that we are left with, and that is the one that is going to help us in terms of saying, suppose we want to support APC. What do we do? It is the fiscal solution that is going to be important. How we manage that in terms of the available resources, whether they are donations from the multilateral institutions, donations from individuals. Kenyans are willing to donate more money. They can come to the fiscal streamline, and that fund is managed in a sense that it is targeting those sectors that are going to help the economy. But let's go into printing money, because we're going to create an inflation spiral that is going to be worse, to hit even the poor harder than anything else. And secondly, the stabilization to normality after the pandemic would be very, very difficult, and it will be very severe constraint. So we know that there are solutions out there. That's why I call them disruptive solutions. They are there. There are people who can provide them. Let's enlarge the net, and that's why the write-up that I gave you, I provided 4 solutions. And one of them, it is revolving around our vision for growth, target, and all that. We should stick to that vision. We should ask professionals. There are selfless professionals in Kenya who are willing to help the government to see how to repackage some of these policies to the fruitful end. Because most of the selfless professionals in Kenya are interested in positive development outcomes. They are not interested in positions in government. But unfortunately, because of the nature of the government structure since the devolved government came in, the professionals have been set aside, and obviously that is why we have limited knowledge. I keep going to the interest rate capping because it shows how intellectual poverty can ride over us, and we fail to see the big picture.
Yeah. The other solutions, Professor,